Hi, welcome to For Goodness Sakes by Mean Old Granny Anderson. Today I'm going to read you an excerpt from my Family Fuzz book. It's called Daddy is a Four-Letter Word. My husband walked out of the bathroom. His sleeves were rolled up, his shirt soaked, and his hair stuck out in every direction. He looked exhausted. For 20 minutes, foul screaming had come from that room. The wild creature within was still screaming. Our 2-year-old daughter had been having her bath. My husband flopped on the bed next to the laundry I was folding. I never knew Daddy was a four-letter word till I listened to her, he groaned. The way she screams, you'd think I was killing her just shampooing her hair. I guess you're like Rodney Dangerfield, I said. You get no respect. Yeah, he replied, pretending to be straightening an imaginary tie. I better go dry her off. As I watched him walk down the hall, I thought, fathers do get the Rodney Dangerfield treatment sometimes. They work to provide for their families. That work often keeps them away from home for long hours. Then they come home to a less than appreciative families. It would make one feel pretty rejected. It seems society has forgotten how important fathers are to the family unit and to their children. When we changed from a rural, small business society to where whole families work together, to the urban, industrial, big business society of today, we all lost something. Many dads, and now moms too, are out of the home and away from their families for most of their waking hours. Their absence is hard on everyone. Spending time together is critical to building and maintaining a relationship. It's very difficult to show appreciation and love if we are only together when we're tired and stressed. Children can gain much from their relationship with their fathers. Research shows the importance of the positive male influence on children. But the value of father's attention has not always been appreciated by most of us. A survey of greeting cards showed the word love was rarely used in cards to fathers, but almost always in cards to mothers. A speaker on child development said boys are much slower to mature socially and emotionally. Perhaps more interaction time with males would help, especially with their own fathers. A young boy needs his dad's approval and healthy role model to develop a strong self-concept, to learn how to be a caring, responsible male. One study showed a daughter's career choice is influenced by her father's choice of profession. From a loving relationship with their father, daughters learn how to relate to males. Generally, the kind of man a father will be the kind of man his son will become, and the kind of man his daughter will marry. Like all generalizations, this one isn't an absolute, but it's a pretty good bet. When dads spend time with their children, the payoffs can be rewarding for both. Men who begin early and continue to share in the child care tasks develop the ability to feel what the child feels, and vice versa. Even babies have their own personalities. They love to be talked to and played with by both parents. The bond built in early years helps maintain the relationship through the child's search for self and autonomy in their adolescent years. That bond can also be the basis for a deep friendship when the child is an adult. Everyone in the family can plan together fun family activities. A father's play with his children develops a sense of fun and enjoyment of each other. Time spent listening to and sharing dreams, problems, loves, and life helps parents see their children as real, fascinating individuals. It also makes children appreciate their parents' humanity. A father who is actively involved with raising his children can become more compassionate and loving. His self-esteem and the children's too can improve. Fathers can and need to be nurturers as well as financial providers. Men can change diapers, coach basketball or baseball teams, give hugs and kisses, and listen to problems as well as women. Sometimes they do it better. For many women, nothing is sexier than a man who cares about their children. However, it isn't always easy to be a father or a mother, to have the kind of involvement with their children they would like, especially in today's world. Men are trying to accomplish the same goals working moms try to do: give all they've got at work and then come home and give it all there too. It's tough, if not impossible, for both parents. We need to try to give our family members positive strokes for their efforts to spend time together. We need to say and hear, "I love you," often, at least once a day. Comments like, I appreciate how hard you work and still find time for me. When you're home, things just seem more right with the world." Comments like that communicate our love. My daughter realized that actions can say "I love you" too. She was feeling sorry about her fight with her father after her bath. But it's difficult for a 2-year-old to recognize and admit such feelings. As I put on her pajamas, she announced through her tears, "I don't love Daddy." "Daddy loves you," I said. "I know," she whispered with an impish grin. My husband walked into the room. "Good night, Trouble," he said to his daughter, half dejected and half teasing. She took one look at him, grinned, and crawled up his body into his arms. As I watched them hug, I thought, Daddy is a 4-letter word. Love.